You're listening to the Superpower Podcast, Superpower Kids Edition, where author, philanthropist, and Superpower Kids founder Neva Lee Recla inspires kids to discover their superpowers and change the world.
This is your superpower kid, Neva Lee Recla. And today we have a very special treat for you. Today our guest is Thom Singer. Thom is a certified speaking professional. He authored 12 books on business, and we were both icons of influence at Steve Olsher's New Media Summit. So today we'll be talking with Thom about cool entrepreneur kids. So without further ado, will you help me welcome our very special guest, Thom Singer. Hi, Thom.
Hi, Neva. How are you?
I'm amazing. How are you?
I am amazing.
Awesome.
I'm amazinger.
Well, I'm amazinger.
Yes, you are.
All right. So what are your superpowers?
You know, I knew you were going to ask that question, and I thought about it, and I think my real superpower has to be in the fact that I always find the good in other people. I tend to like people who other people don't. I belong to an organization, and I'm friends with a couple people, and someone's like, "How can you stand that person?" And I always just see the best in people. I always give people the benefit of the doubt, and I just like being around people.
That's cool. I was thinking about when you interviewed me today, about when you did my demon voice impression, when you said, "Yeah, you were so chill." You were like, "Yeah, you can ask me any question, but do not ask me what I want to be when I grow up." It was a very good demon impression.
You were very scary. Do not ask me what I want to be when I grow up.
Yes.
So I won't ask you that today either. You scared me.
All right. So how did you author 12 books? That's a huge amount of books.
You know, it started off that I wanted to be a professional speaker, and I wanted to write a book because it seemed like a lot of people who got asked to come speak at corporate events had written books. And so I sat down and I wrote one, and it took me almost a year. It was a lot of work. And at the same time, I started a blog. And so I started writing every single day. And after several years, what happened was I took a bunch of blog posts and I was able to repurpose a lot of them. So a lot of my books are stuff that I would write on my blog, and then I would unblog them and make them more book-like. But because I was writing every day, I was able to repurpose a lot of content for the future books.
I was thinking it's already hard. I'm already writing my book, and it's already hard writing just one. 12 is, whew.
Well, the other thing I did is I took my original book, which was called Some Assembly Required: How to Make, Grow, and Keep Your Business Relationships. And I gave it to a woman, and she rewrote it as Some Assembly Required: A Networking Guide for Women. Then I gave it to a realtor, and he rewrote it as Some Assembly Required: A Networking Guide for Realtors. And then I gave one to an education expert, and we did Some Assembly Required: A Networking Guide for Graduates. And so I also got some help. I had a couple of co-writers on some of those books.
That's really cool. So you kind of answered this question, but could you talk a little bit more on how you knew you wanted to start speaking?
Yeah, I worked for a law firm as their marketing director, and part of my job was to train the lawyers on how to do more marketing and how to do more sales. And so I would have these classes in the conference room, and I always thought the lawyers are going to hate this. And every time I would do it, they would say, "That was the best class I've ever been to." So I started realizing I was good at it, and the more I did it, I found it wasn't really a job. It wasn't work to stand up in front of a group and tell stories, and even to do the research to be able to write the content. I liked it so much. It was never like working.
Yeah. So actually, I'm in love with speaking as well. If no one knew that, but I really enjoy like talking to the audience. And when I first spoke, I said it was like I was walking home, so it was really cool because people were actually listening to me. And I want to introduce you guys to someone. This is Hamlet. He goes on stage with me.
Nice.
So he is a substitute for Hamlet with the pig until I actually get Hamlet the pig.
Yeah, so you can't actually bring the live pig onto stage because...
Oh, I am.
Yeah.
So, you're a podcaster, and when did you start podcasting, and how did you know you liked it?
So I started my podcast almost 4 years ago, and it's called Cool Things Entrepreneurs Do. And I started it because I was kind of in a rut with my own business. I'd been working for myself for about, I don't know, five years at that time.
Wow.
And someone told me, if you're stuck in a rut, go interview 50 smart people. You'll have to learn something. You'll get some piece of information. There's no way you could talk to 50 really smart people and not come out with some inspiration on the other side. Okay. So I decided I was going to do 50 interviews, and that was just going to be for 6 months. And that's how I started it. But after I did 50 interviews, I didn't want to stop. And now I've interviewed over 300 people. I'm at 364 episodes as of today, most of those being interviews. And I learned so much from everyone I have on the show.
Wow, I applaud you for that. I've been doing my podcast for only a year, not 4. So I think we actually need to take a quick break, but where can people go to find out more about you?
So you can find out everything you want about me. You can find my podcast. You can find about my books. Everything is at thomsinger.com, and that's THOMSINGER.com.
Awesome. So definitely go check him out because he's amazing. So we've been talking with Thom Singer about cool entrepreneur kids. We'll be right back.
Are you here to change the world? Do you talk about things like vibration, frequency, awakening, and consciousness? Are you pretty sure you have superpowers? The Superpower Net is unlike normal coaching programs and conscious communities. We provide training, intuitive guidance, peer-to-peer learning, intensive one-on-one coaching, and a high vibrational network of people just like you. When you join the net, you get 24/7 access to a collaborative group of people who support you as you master your personal power and unlock your superpowers. If you're ready to use your superpowers to change the world, then join the Superpower Net today. Visit superpowerexperts.com/thenet to learn more.
Okay, we're back, and we've been talking with Thom Singer about cool entrepreneur kids. So, what were you like as a kid?
So, I was kind of like a real talkative kid. I was the kid who the teacher would send home notes that said he talks too much in class. I was the one who, my friends were like, shut up already. I always wanted to tell a good story. I was a little bit of a fat kid. I liked my ice cream and my cookies, and I didn't like to run laps.
Who doesn't?
Yeah. So, but I think I was a happy kid. I had really nice parents. I had 3 older brothers. I have 26 first cousins, all who are a lot older than me. So I grew up around a lot of adults. And I think I just had a total storybook childhood until I was a teenager. My mom got really sick when I was 15. But up until then, the world was kind of easy and fun. And there was a lot of cookies and ice cream.
Oh, that's like every kid's dream, isn't it? So your daughter, Kate, she did a TEDx talk, and she talked about like not ever getting the same exact ice cream more than once. And she talked about kind of not being normal, and that's right up my alley. So can you talk more about that and tell the listeners who she is as an entrepreneur?
Sure. I have 2 daughters, and they're both fabulous. And Kate is, from the time she was born, Kate was always bigger than life. Her nickname when she was a baby was the human tornado, because she could walk into a room and destroy everything, and you wouldn't have even heard her coming. It would just be a big mess after she was gone, because she came in and had so much fun with whatever she found in any room. And
that's kind of me.
And last year, she was given the opportunity when she was 15 years old to do a TEDx talk at a TEDx youth conference. So the whole conference was an audience of teenagers, and their goal for I think they might have had 12 or 15 speakers that day. Their goal was to have most of them be teenagers themselves. And so she was selected, and we took her to Pittsburgh. We live in Texas. We took her to Pittsburgh to be part of it. And she called the talk "Go Your Own Way." And the whole idea behind it was, you don't have to listen to your friends or your parents or your teachers. You got to find out what you like to do. And
exactly.
Yeah. And so like Kate loves the outdoors, and we're not really an outdoorsy family. When we travel, we like to go to like New York or San Francisco or Chicago or Paris. And that was what all of her vacations had been until she was a teenager. And now that she has some say in it, she's made us take her to Yosemite and to the Grand Canyon. And she recently spent a week on an archaeological dig in the middle of nowhere, Texas, with a bunch of her school friends at some archaeological camp. And so she chose that she wants to be in the outdoors and she wants to be in nature. And a lot of her talk was about how, you have to think about what you want, not what everybody else around you wants.
I would definitely say she is a cool kid entrepreneur. So really fast, we actually need to do funny face time. So we have to make our funniest faces with Hamlets in 3, 2, 1. This is Hamlet's. Stuffed animals can't really do funny faces, but there.
There you go.
Nailed it. All right. So we need to also do super Neva questions.
Uh-oh.
So basically, what's going to happen is I'm going to ask you a bunch of questions, and you have to answer them as fast as possible.
Okay,
And
I'm ready.
you can't stutter.
Well, I'll try my best.
All right, ready?
Yep.
Set, go. What's your favorite color?
Green.
What's your favorite animal?
A dog.
If you could have any superpower in the world, what would it be and why?
I want to fly, because then I could get around a lot easier without all the traffic that we have in Austin, Texas.
That's awesome. If you could be any inanimate object, what would it be?
I'd want to be a chair because it gives support to people.
Ooh, that's cool. Would you rather live in a giant hot fudge hot tub that actually worked, or a giant pool full of marshmallows about the size of Hamlet?
No, hot fudge for sure.
Marshmallows.
Hot fudge.
Who? Would you rather be a fairy or an elf?
An elf, because they get cookies.
True, like Santa's.
Eat Keebler elves. The Keebler Cookie Company is made by elves.
It is?
Yeah,
Oh.
I think.
I'll have to look.
Go look up Keebler cookies. I think they're made by elves.
I can look up Keebler cookie elves. Would you rather be a pig or a donkey?
Oh, a pig for sure.
Yeah.
Because bacon is awesome.
It is, but I might not eat bacon after I get a pet pig, sadly. Would you rather be a horse or a snake? Horse.
A horse.
Yeah. If you could say one thing in the world to kids nationwide, even alien kids who are being bullied and need a little bit of assistance, what would you tell them?
I would say you can do anything that you want to do. It's all about making choices. You just got to make the right choices. And if you make a bad choice, make some new choices.
And make up for that bad choice.
That's right.
One last question. Would you rather have Spidey powers or Superman powers?
Superman's my favorite superhero. So all Superman all the time.
That's awesome. All right, I think that is all the questions I have for today. So that was awesome. That was almost, I would say, one of the fastest guests who have answered them without stuttering. All right. So can we remind people where you can go to find out more about them? Switch that.
To find out more about me, you go to thomsinger.com. That's THOMSINGER.com.
Awesome. So sadly, we have to wrap up, but thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you. You are fantastic. And I love the fact that you do this podcast. And I can't wait till you're 30 years old and you've taken over the world. And I can say, I knew her when she was like 8 years old.
So actually, you knew me when I was 7 as well.
There you go.
So would you like to join me in the sign-off?
I want to join you in the sign-off. Let's do it.
Yes. Let's make Hamlet more visible and put him on my shoulder. All right. Ready?
Ready.
Remember, kids, we all have superpowers, and
We can change the world.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Tom.
Thank you, Neva.
Bye.
Bye.
Thanks for listening to the Superpower Up podcast, Superpower Kids Edition. Go now to superpowerkids.com and discover your superpowers today.